Okay, so first, starting out this Pop Art ZomBAE, I am taking a white paint pot by Wet n Wild, and I am drawing the teeth with a little lip brush, kind of giving the rounded effect to them. Do the teeth however you wish. I'm not even going to show you the way I did the back teeth, because it's literally atrocious. I did an awful job with the teeth, but they were a huge pain in the ass. Just a fair warning, but just draw the teeth on with a white paint pot, liquid, whatever, and then I pat over that with a white matte shadow because these do not dry down matte, even though that'd be great if they did, but they don't. Then I'm taking a matte liquid, no, it wasn't a liquid liner, it was a gel liner. I'm taking the Sigma gel liner, and I am tracing around the teeth to give it a pop art feel. I trace around pretty much all of the details that I draw on. I trace them all over with either a liquid liner, matte liquid lipstick, gel liner, doesn't matter what you use, as long as it's black, use paint pot, whatever you want. Then I took, I think it was just the Wet n Wild paint pot. I used a lot of black paints here, so I can't remember which one's which. And I started drawing the rips and tears, which was pretty easy. I mean, it's just kind of random, but you want to make them look realistic and pointed at the top, but make sure they don't connect to the teeth. You want them just to be like a ripped open and then connecting only at the front tooth, if that makes any sense at all. And then I took the paint palette in the Brights version, and I took the pink shade and I started painting in the rips with the pink. When it meshed with the black, it kind of made a purpley vibe, but I went over it with a pink matte eyeshadow and it took the purpleness away. And then I'm taking my 35B palette with this bright pink eyeshadow and I'm patting over top of that very carefully, not to get the teeth, because you don't want pink teeth unless that's what you're going for, then hey, whatever. And then I'm taking the black from my 35B and I'm filling in my eyebrows before I start on my ripped eye. Then I took my black Wet n Wild paint pot again and a little liner brush, and I just started randomly drawing the rip around my eye. If you do it randomly, it looks a lot more realistic than if you had kind of an intent with the way you're drawing it. And then I carved out my eyebrow with the pink paint in the paint palette to make it a little easier to go over the entire eye. Fair warning, these do stain. I currently have a pink stained eye and partial mouth, so just keep that in mind. Might want to do this over foundation or a primer or liquid latex or something, because these do stain quite a bit. And then I took that same matte pink eyeshadow and I laid it over the top of the paint. I also went over the edges with a lighter pink, but it really didn't make that much of a difference, so I really didn't include it here because it looked the exact same. Then I grabbed the pastel paint palette from Wet n Wild and I took this green shade that I absolutely love, but it was kind of a hassle to work with. I had to dip into the palette like 17 billion times to get the color payoff I wanted, and they weren't completely opaque, but they are good if you're on a budget and wanting to do some fun makeup like this. And they're not that expensive, so if you mess them up, it's not like a huge loss. So I just painted my entire face with this green shade, avoiding the areas that I already painted with the pink and stuff. I went in with a detail brush for those spaces. And then I just went over the edge of my eye and my mouth with a little detail paintbrush, which was honestly the best tool I could have used as a paintbrush. And then the little brush packed a little bit more color on than the big brush did, so I just blended over top of it with the big brush. And then I grabbed a black liquid lipstick because I feel like the formula would have been a lot easier to work with, but you can use a gel liner, paint, liquid eyeliner, whatever you want. And I'm just tracing over the cracks around my eye, just making them more prominent and make them stand out a little more. I also outlined my eyebrow, which was super freaking difficult, just a warning. And I also added little faint lines, kind of like cracks almost, just to make it a little more realistic and pop arty. And then I took a little bit of a darker pink shade mixed with a little bit of black and started contouring my eye, like the natural hollow of my eye. And then I also swept it underneath to accentuate my eye bag as well, to make it look a little like tired and zombie-like. And then I took this deeper teal shade and I pretty much did the same thing on the teal eye that I did on the pink eye. I'm just contouring the eye to make it look a little more prominent and stand out a little better. And then I'm also taking that underneath to accentuate my eye bag again. I also used that dark teal shade to contour my cheekbones. I couldn't really contour the other side because I had my shittily done teeth over there, but I just contoured this side of my face and I did my forehead as well, just to create a little dimension to the face. I also took a minty blue shade to highlight with, which is completely optional. You really don't have to highlight, but I just felt like it needed it. And then I took my NYX liquid matte liner and I just threw on a little bit of a thicker, longer wing to kind of mimic the thick lines we have going on everywhere else. Then I threw a little bit of the Sigma gel liner in my waterline and smoked it out to make the eyes pop a little more. And I felt it also gave kind of like a tired-y look to the eyes. And then I took that liquid liner again and I added a few more little accentuated marks around my eye and around my mouth as well. It just kind of added to like the cracky vibe. I also made little like wrinkly marks down below my eye to make it a little more zombie-like. And then I took some lashes from Lashfully Your Lashes in Angelic and popped them on. And then I felt like something was missing, so I took the Tattoo Junkee leather lip paint in black. It's a black one, obviously. And I felt like that really tied the whole look together. And that is it for this ZomBAE pop art look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's not the best, but it's my first time ever doing something like this. So hope I taught you something, but I will just see you guys next time.